1 second. 1 second while we hook this up. 1 second is all that it's gonna take. Do. I thought I had a USB over here. I know I did, but I think I took it into the house. Oh well, that should be alright. We'll pop one of them right there, and that should be alright. Okie dokie, let's try this. Okie dokie. Okie dokie, let's see how that works. I do feel this is so much easier just to go live on the phone versus There we go. All right, guys, and we're back. And we are back. And we are back. Okay. Boink, boink, boink. Let us go. Let us go. Okie dokie. Okay, guys, we are back and we will chat. Okay, what do you guys want to talk about? Welcome in the chat. Give a like, comment, and share, please. Or a thumbs up. Yo, what's up, man? What's up? How are you? How are you? What is up? What is up? What is up? Okie dokie, yo. What's up, guys? What is up? Well, pop that there. Got the candle going. Whew. Boy, what a crazy day, guys. What a crazy day. Anybody else have a crazy day? Yo, Matrix. Matrix. Matrix Architect. What's up, man? How are you? What you up to, man? What you working on? What are you up to and what are you working on? What you working on, man? I don't know if that's the music we want to have in the background. There we go. Play Nickelback, working on a top secret project. Nope, can't play Nickelback. Can't play Nickelback, man. If I play Nickelback in the background, my last stream, they they got me for royalties. Secret project. Nope, can't play Nickelback. Can't play Nickelback, man. Can't play Nickelback. In the background, my last stream, they got me for royalties. Said I never made it as a wise man. Huh? I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. This is how you remind me of what I really am. I couldn't cut it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. This is how you remind me of what I really am. Mr. Chill, Matrix, don't ever play Nickelback. Chris, what you doing? Never. What am I doing? Doing a little bit of this and that. A little bit of this and that. A little bit of this and that, man. Y'all know I'm always working. Yeah, y'all know I'm always working on something, right? So let's go over here. Got you in the chats over here. Always working on something, man. Always working on something. There we get a live. I'm going on a boat at 5 o'clock later. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Going on a boat, huh? Jennifer Hensley, do I stream on other platforms? Well, not really. I'm just trying to focus on YouTube because, guys, I'm not the best tech guy. So it takes a lot of effort for me. Like earlier, I was on OBS Studios and had to download a key and was trying to use a mic. And I'm just like, I know for some of you that's very simple, but for me, it's kind of difficult. So, you know, we're all good at different things. It's taken a lot of work and effort for me to try to figure some of this out. And I'm just like, screw it. I have 2 phones. I'm just gonna take my phone, put it up there, and stream and look at you on the chat on another device because I feel like doing it from a computer. I'm such a barbarian. I use my phone for everything. I hardly ever use computers and laptops. I do everything digitally and mobile with like an iPhone. So when it comes to going back to laptops, I can do sales on a laptop. I can do Zooms, and that stuff's easy. But as far as the streaming, I'm hoping my brother, when he comes here, he can kind of like give me a crash course in it. You're debating if I want to drink my dinner tonight. What do you mean, drink your dinner? What do you mean, drink your dinner? I'm already drinking your dinner. You got to catch up, by the way. Drink your dinner? Well, I'll tell you this. Don't drink beer if you want to feel the best. I believe that drinking a lot of alcohol is not good for you. So your favorite coach and entrepreneur, Coach Chris here, mindset coach, trying to tell you, if you can, do your best to not drink. I promise you, if you do that, your life will be better. You may feel that your life will not be better, but I promise you, if you do not drink, you do not smoke, you do not do drugs, you will feel better. But if not, that's okay. To each their own. At least I have done my part to try to spread that message of sobriety. Now, questions, what you guys got? Yes, he's right. Drinking is messed up with lots of water. Mr. Chili, you're better than that, but I'm not going to judge another man. If you want to do that, by all means, I understand. Life, stress, family, all that good stuff. I would just say, you can do better than that, man. You know, maybe make a smoothie. You know what I'm saying? Get some peanut, maybe some peanut butter, some PB2 powder, whatever, some ice, a banana. Make you a nice protein shake. Maybe go do a couple push-ups. Maybe go out to a tree. What I like to do sometimes is go to a tree and knock out like 10 or 20 pull-ups. If every time you want to drink a 12-pack of beer, you do 12 push-ups instead,
I have a feeling you're going into the right direction. That would be my opinion, very humbly, sir. But that being said, you go knock yourself out. You do what makes you happy, man. He said, like his, or get a, now, oh, I mean, you could go do a fat blunt if that's what you want. Look, I understand. I used to smoke a lot of fat blunts back in the day. I've probably smoking hundreds and hundreds of pounds of marijuana back in the day. And I used to smoke one of those cartridges when I lived in California, those vapes, the very nice ones. I used to smoke one of those a day. It was like $40 for a gram out there, the really good stuff. I get it. I used to smoke so much that I threw up blood. So what I'm saying is my path to get where I got more accomplishment in life, the path was paved by each decision, and the stones on that path became more defined as I gave up those things. So I try to teach people that through mindset. For what it's worth. You can take that message for what it's worth. United States is the most beautiful country in the world. Agree. Agreed with that. Agreed with that. Let's see if I put at Never. See, this is an old iPad. You ever been to Colombia? I have not been to Colombia. I have not been to Colombia. I have not. You know, somebody the other day said I had chicken legs. And I'm sitting there thinking, my calves, people always impress me on, like, ask me what I do for my calves. And I tell them, I'm like, somebody said I had chicken legs the other day. I was like, damn, you know, I feel like my legs actually look pretty dang good for someone 6'4". Anyways, look, bastard. You said, nah, those calves are broken. I mean, for someone who doesn't train calves, I have like 18-inch calves. I think I have 17-inch calves. But I do a lot of sprinting, and I do a lot of hopping and movement. I'm telling you, if you like I do a lot of one-legged sprints. And I think one-legged sprints make your calves do pretty good. And I'm pretty good at a bicycle. Sometimes I cycle on the bikes. I'm 5 foot, broken good. Oh, okay. Oh, I was about to say, damn, broken isn't good. I mean, you guys see you see in my videos, I do my best to, try to stay in somewhat shape. Somewhat shape. Let's see if I can get a little zoom in over here, a little zoom in action. Well, bam. Let's see what happens if I do that. Does that look better? Look worse? Better? Something like that. Let's see here. A little zoom action here. Let's see. Well, bam. Okie dokie, artichoke. There we go. Okie dokie. Jogging on your toes is wicked for the calves. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, jogging on your toes. And a lot of times, dude, if you want to get your calves to look better, something I do is when I do a press, I go up on my toes, I go down, and I bend my knees at like 45 degrees, and I kind of rock back and forth on my toes, because your calf has got a soleus and a gastrocnemius. So if you stand up and do calf raises, that's cool, but I find if you bend down like a sissy squat and you really put tension on the calves, I just feel like you respond better. Nikki, you said you're accomplished how? Yeah, I've done lots of things, man. I've done lots of things, man. Anything in particular you want to know? What you want to know about what type of accomplishments? I've done lots of stuff, man. Nikki, is there anything else? Did you get circumcised? That's an interesting question. Interesting. Well, let's see. So just keep in mind that when we're in the chat here, I do my best to keep it somewhat appropriate. So let's keep questions and things like that to yourself. Now, yeah. So how do you gain a fulfillment in life? Okay, Matrix, that's a great question. So in order to gain fulfillment in life, what you're going to want to do is find something that you enjoy, but you turn that into a self-discipline. So a lot of times in life when I train like young men and young women and I mentor them and I talk to them and I'm trying to help them grow, um, what I like to do is try to find something that gives me discipline. It could be music, it could be working with your hands, it could be working out in the gym, but you need a form of discipline. Fulfillment is often misunderstood. Fulfillment isn't, in my opinion, humbly, fulfillment is not about, just being happy all the time. Fulfillment is about self-discipline and committing yourself to something. When you commit yourself to something and your self-discipline allows you to continue to commit to that, I think that's where you're going to find fulfillment at. Right? Oh, right. You said you'd be surprised how many. Nice. Yeah, well, I'm not really surprised how many people can't answer that question because it's a hard question, man. Typically, people who are seeking fulfillment don't have responsibility or discipline. I believe most people, when they find self-discipline, for example, figure out something that you want to do and put a lot of time into it. Excuse me. It could be physical training. Maybe get to where you can do 20 pull-ups. Maybe get to where you can go to a pull-up bar and hang upside down. Maybe study and get smarter. Whatever it is that allows you to get better, you will be amazed at what you can do over time. But fulfillment's going to come from self-discipline every time. Every single time. Every single time it's going to come from self-discipline. Yesterday my car was on fire. Well, that's not very good. Your car was on fire, huh? Interesting. Whew, man. It's kind of hot in here. Should have cut the fan on. Anyways. Let's go here. I find fulfillment in physical activity personally. Like I like to chop wood. I like to do a lot of calisthenics. I like to do a bunch of running. So for me, I find fulfillment in physical activity. I think if you do something outside, you try to get some sunlight, you'll feel a little bit better personally. Yeah, Mr. Chili. Skateboarding was one of the best things that I ever did for myself when I was a kiddo. Yeah, so I think something like skateboarding could be great. Now, as we get older, we probably can't skateboard for our entire lives. So I would say, Mr. Chili, what do you think that you could do to replace skateboarding? Is there something that you think you could do to replace skateboarding by any chance? Forgive me if I yawn a little bit, guys. It has been a long, long day. But we are still committing. I'm committing myself every day to try to do at least 30 minutes to an hour of stream. And that is not easy for me because I have a super busy schedule. Whole nother world outside of YouTube. But we are on the path to monetization. So you guys know, we are at 2,070 of the 3,000 we need before we get to super chats and get to apply for monetization. So we're almost 900 hours away from that. And that is not going to be easy to do, but I do feel like we're getting enough momentum to do it. So for everybody that comes in here, I appreciate you. Appreciate you helping me try to become monetized from simply sitting here and having a conversation with you. Remember that guy who tried to make you say the hard R? No, I don't. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Don't know what you're talking about. But typically, a lot of things I just let go over my head. If I don't understand something, I just let it go right by. Don't sweat the small things, the things that you can't understand. You know, if you can't understand something, it's fine. It's no big deal. For hobbies, I do pew pew stuff now. Pew 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 pew. As far as physical activities, I don't know what could replace skateboarding. Yeah, skateboarding was kind of, you know, I used to skateboard back in the day too, so I get that. You know, maybe going on a walk. I tell everybody, start doing calisthenics. If you're anything like me and you're someone who enjoys using their body, you like to move and you want to age well, start getting into calisthenics, man. Just start like stretching and then standing up and not just doing like a bunch of fast push-ups, which is fun, trust me. But also start doing stuff where you like go slow and controlled on push-ups and start expressing yourself through movement of the body. It's actually amazing what happens when you move your body. You know, training in the gym is fun, but I find if you just go outside to a tree or you just have like a pull-up bar at a park and you start doing some push-ups, some pull-ups, some hopping around, you just start moving your body, you always feel better. Movement is medicine. Motion is lotion. And body movement will cure all sorts of things. If you're someone who's depressed, you can't get up, you don't feel good, you're always tired, if you start moving your body, I promise you, you will feel better. Moving your body we don't move our bodies enough in today's world. Everybody I know that's depressed is typically sedentary. They can't even do like 10 pull-ups. I mean, hell, I know kids half my age who can't even do one pull-up. And I'm not saying like you have to be able to do it, but I'm like, man, I'm telling you, if you get to where you can do a couple pull-ups and be able to, you know, run and jump, you'll feel better, man. Your body just will feel better. You get good hormones like oxytocin, dopamine, you get good serotonin, and then you earn it. Earning your dopamine versus instant gratification is the key to finding some sort of fulfillment. Oh, I was going to start taking my dog out on nature trails. It's just been difficult with the work schedule. Changing it. Yeah, so I get that, man. I get work schedule. I will tell you what, since you have a dog as a companion, I guarantee you that dog loves you. You know, dog as a companion is amazing. And yeah, taking your dog on trails, but think about this. I know work is hard and I know that scheduling is tough. Trust me, I get it. There's 168 hours in a week. I understand time is limited. However, think of it as investing in yourself. Health is wealth. If you put more into your health, you're going to age better. If you say to me, after 60, it's downhill, I don't know. I'm only about 40, man. I'm about to turn 40. But I have been training since I was 17 years old, right? And I don't plan on stopping, and I plan on moving. And a lot of my training is very different than what people do in the gym. I train calisthenics, push-ups, pull-ups, body weight positions, and I can tell you, if a person is overweight or fat and they're not moving their body, or they're not controlling what they put in their mouth, or they're excessively, masturbating or fapping or whatever they call it nowadays, gooning, all those things make the body age faster. I have a program where I coach people. If you're looking for a coach, message me, Mind Music Muscle, on Instagram or Facebook. Just message me and I can tell you my program. But I get people to a 30, 60, 90-day program. No alcohol, no cigarettes, no THC, no pornography, focusing on themselves. No matter what their age, anyone that goes through that always feels better. And it works well. It worked well for me. I created the program for myself. It was super effective. I cleansed my body. I was like, whoa, I feel good now. So by doing that, I wanted to share that with other people. Let's see. 60, you're done. 60, you might as well go to Hawaii and feed the sharks. Yeah, rob the Viking, I don't believe that, because I know people who are 60 and 70 and still work out and go to the gym. Dick Van Dyke, anybody in the chat know Mr. Dick Van Dyke? he's 100 years old and he works out, I think, 3 days a week or 4 days a week. I actually think Dick Van Dyke said at 100 years old he does something physical every day. No, it's not that 60 going downhill. That's not what it is. What it is people fail to neglect their health. They fail to take care of the health and they neglect their health. You're going to pay now or you're going to pay later. If you're someone looking into the stream and you're eating chips and you're eating cookies and you're drinking beer and you're smoking and you're not getting your sleep and you're not physically training, you're not moving your body and you're not focusing on that, you're not going to age well. It's just, it is what it is. Now, that doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means your priorities are in the wrong or in a different spot. Can't say wrong because some people have to do things, but you know, I know a lot of people who work a lot of hours to pay for things that they don't need, or they try to keep a lifestyle that's not conducive with what their actual goals are. Don't try to impress people, man. I mean, you can do whatever you want in life, but as you age and your body stays strong, you're going to realize an investment in your health is the best thing that you can do. Why go out to the bar? Why go smoke? Why chase women? Why chase men? Why do any of that when you could just take care of yourself, you know, build a body that you're proud of, that you can take your shirt off anywhere you go, look good, look radiant, have energy, and then you'll be able to work more. I'm telling you, our bodies are not aging nearly as efficient as they could if we were to take those variables into consideration. Are video games a waste of time? RFK Jr., sarcasm. Oh, Rob the Viking, ha ha ha. Yeah, RFK Jr. is a perfect example. RFK Jr., yeah, he has a young wife. Well, you know, he probably has to have a young wife and all that. That's fine. I will say this. Any man who wants to prevent aging, preserve your sexual energy. That's one of the Hermetic principles, right? Preserving your energy and your life force is a key to vitality. It's kind of funny how life works like that. Are video games a waste of time? Not necessarily, man. If you're someone who trains hard, you know, or does physical labor and you're moving around and you use video games as kind of like a tool, you know, video games help with your hand-eye coordination. It helps you think fast, problem solve. Video games can be okay. However, if someone's spending all day on video games and they're not doing anything else, then I think their life is out of balance. At the end of the day, life is about balance. Now, I still believe, even though life is about balance, it's very, very true to me that people that go a little bit more extreme when it comes to taking care of their body, like, you don't have to go crazy, but, you know, what I consider extreme in today's society is only drinking like water, whole milk, and not drinking beer, alcohol, wine, all that stuff, not smoking. Like, if you go out to a party, almost everybody around is drinking. And I think it's like backwards. I don't understand why people put that poison in their body. It's literally killing them. It's making them feel worse. Have you ever seen the brain scans of someone who drinks alcohol and then they quit? Have you ever seen how their brain immediately reverses aging? Now, there's a lot of smart people who can push the limits, and some people have different tolerances for alcohol, but I'm telling you, if you just don't drink, don't smoke, and you commit to a healthy lifestyle, you know, it's the best thing you'll ever do. It pays dividends like crazy. And you don't have to lift weights, just do calisthenics. Just get to where you can do, my favorite thing is 10 sets of 10 on pull-ups. Do 10 pull-ups, rest. Do 10 pull-ups, rest. Do that, you know, a couple, you know, until you can get like 100 to 300 pull-ups. And when you get to where you can do 10 pull-ups and it doesn't feel hard and you just do that over and over again, your body will be telling you, whoa, and it'll start looking different. Calisthenics is the truth, man. Move your body, everybody. Okay, Annalie Mask can confirm my great-grandparents were farmers and lived to 90. My great-grandparents were 90, farmers. My grandparents and parents lived in the city and died before 70. That's what I took out. That's why I work out and stay active. Mr. Animas. I'm going to call you Mr. Mass, okay? Moss, totally get that. I guarantee that your great-grandparents are moving around all day. And remember in physics, what did we learn in physics and science class? A body in motion stays in motion. You know, you don't have, I'm not all for the bodybuilder lifestyle where you're just getting huge and just big just to get big and you're, nah, man. Stay lean, stay athletic, and have your body move. You will feel better as long as your body can move. Be able to run, be able to swim, be able to do calisthenics, be able to hold your breath, be able to throw things. You will all be 100% feel better. And thanks for sharing that. Coach Chris, do you know it all? Absolutely not. There's lots of things I don't know. Let me give you an example of something I don't know and I can't do. Because for some reason, people think that I'm a know-it-all. No, I'm not a know-it-all. It's just the things I talk about on the stream are things I've studied for almost 15 years. I've studied self-discipline. I have a whole thing of books over here. I've performed self-discipline. I have failed so many times in my life that I learned what worked, not because I was smart, because I kept making, I'm one of those people who have to make the same mistake 20 or 30 times in a row before I learn. So by making all those mistakes, I discovered what works for me. This isn't just what I think about. This isn't what I theorize about. This is what I put into application. Now earlier, I put my laptop on and I plugged the mic in and I had to learn how to download OBS Studios and upload a key and do all that. I'm terrible at that stuff. Hence why I have a phone right there and I'm using the phone. I'm not a tech guru. There's lots of things I don't understand. I have a guitar over here. I put all this tape on the guitar and I've picked up that guitar 2 times in the last month and I paid $200 for that. I fail on things every day. But what I don't fail on is my nutrition, what I'm gonna eat, how I'm gonna take care of my body, and I'm gonna get some type of physical activity every single day. I train every single day. If I'm tired, I might just do mobility. I might just do some pump work. But typically I do push-ups and pull-ups. Well, more likely pull-ups and sprints every day. And I've been working on getting my, dips and push-ups a little bit better. But I do have an old shoulder injury that I'm kind of getting through. However, the other day I was doing dips like sets of 20 or 30 and it was feeling pretty good. So maybe I'll go on a phase where I just train my upper body chest. Because you guys know I have a huge ass back. All my muscles like in my calves and my back. You know what I mean? Next question. When is this channel going to be monetized? That's a great question. That is a great question. Eddie. Well, the metrics are basically here. The metrics say I am at 2,070 hours of the 3,000 I need before I get Super Chats. So I'm about 900 hours away from Super Chats over a 360-day period. When I do shorts and when I do videos and stuff, none of my videos, like one of my videos got 150,000 views, one of them got 20,000. I do get people to look at those, but what helps me get monetized is going live on stream. I'm trying to go live on stream at least 1 hour every single day. Now, when 7 of you watch for 1 hour, that's 7 hours. I need 900 more total hours within 365 days, assuming no big drop-offs within that time. If I do that, then I'm going to be able to be monetized. I think I could do that within the next month to 3 months if I really pushed it. So there's your answer to that. So if you want this channel to be monetized, you have to ask yourself, if you enjoy what I'm teaching, if you enjoy the fitness tips, if you enjoy all the crazy stuff I do, then maybe ask yourself, who could I invite that I know? Who's someone that you know that you could send to my channel and tell them to come on the stream and tell them to pick my brain? Tell them to pick my brain on nutrition, on workout plans, on self-development, on mindset. Also, business. I do insurance. I have a license to sell insurance. I work with that. There's a lot of things that I do. And, you want to help my channel get monetized? Do that. You got to admit, I'm not here selling you anything. I do tell you guys, if you want a life coach, you are more than welcome to hire me. You can go to my Instagram or my Facebook, Mind Music Muscle, and you're willing to do that. But again, I'm trying to make profit purely through monetization through YouTube. Then you guys can give me super chats. Then once you guys give me super chats, that could be cool. So that's my rant on that. Next question. What you guys got? Looking at the metrics here, I think I'm going to start doing little shorts when I go outside and do stuff. But guys, when I go out, so we've got 99.5 thousand views in the last 7 days. We are picking up steam. But again, man, it takes a lot of effort, man. Especially because I'm not going to game. I'm not going to do the things that you're supposed to do. Like I read the little YouTube thing. If I want to get monetized, you know what I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to stream a game. All the things that most people do, I don't do. Like when it comes to playing video games and doing all that weird stuff that people do, I'm not going to do that. So I know the path to me getting monetized is going to take a lot of effort. It's going to take a lot of effort. And all I do is sit here and talk to you and have random people come in, try to change their life, try to give them some positivity. And by giving them positivity, I'm making a bet on myself that will grow. Now I could go get on a video game and stream that, but I'm not going to do that, man. I like to sit here and talk to you guys, man. Rob the Viking, I want to hear about the Hermeticism. Well, what do you want to know, Rob? Hermeticism is basically something that I think most men should study. All right, Rob the Viking. I think if you want to become the best version of yourself, I think you should definitely look at the ways of the Hermetic principles, right? There's something called, have you ever heard of the Kabbalah? The Kabbalah is a great book. What's my take on it? It's super effective. Super effective, man. You said, I want to hear your take on it. Be more specific. Ask a specific question. If you're using chat, you're using Google, you're using ChatGPT or Grok or OpenAI, come up with a question. So you said, I just want to know this about it. That's very broad. Narrow it down to a specific question and ask it in the chat. And I'll probably go off on a rant on it. All right? On the Kabbalah? Yeah, I said the Kabbalah, not the Kabbalah. I'm pretty sure it's the Kabbalah, not the Kabbalah. Yeah, I don't know anything that you're talking about when it says Kabbalah and all that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Kabbalah in the book. Yeah, I'm talking about the Kabbalah and the Three Initiates from 1908. I'm talking about a specific book. And yeah, I recommend if you want to learn about the Hermetic principles, you study the Kabbalah. I don't know what the Kabbalah is. I don't know what you're talking about with that. And as far as turning your, it's the Kabbalah by the Three Initiates from 1908. Basically, you can find it, but it's Kybalon. Look at the Kabbalah. If you want to study the Hermetic principles, look at the book, the Kabbalah. That's what I would say. Read that book. I mean, you could look up a summary of it. That's cool. But I would recommend, you can probably find it on YouTube. What you could probably do is find an audible of the Kabbalah and then kind of listen to it. It kind of talks about rationality, self-discipline, separating yourself from the common ignorant masses mentality, and seeking knowledge and understanding through discipline and you could say isolation. But in the Kabbalah, you're not really isolating yourself as much as you're separating yourself from the ignorant masses. Now, if you separate yourself from the ignorant masses, you may isolate yourself. But through that isolation, you may find others that are similar to you, and then you can engage with them. But there's a lot to be said going by yourself, getting away from all of the crowds and all the BS, and you'll find yourself getting smarter when you're not having to allocate your time and your schedule to other people. When you are allocating your time and your schedule to all these people, you're giving up parts of yourself. And if you're not 100% sure what these other people are doing coincides with your own philosophy, then a lot of times you're draining yourself and you're not getting anything back. And I really like to discourage people from doing that. I know it's going to sound weird, but if you have an event that your friends are going to and you don't want to go to, most people conform to their group and just go along with it. I've never done that. I just don't see. I'm like, no, that's not something I'm interested in. And no, I'd rather go do this. You have to have enough self-respect to know your own self, know what's important to you, and follow that. And there's a lot of power that comes with being able to tell people no. Most people can't tell people no, and most people that you talk to are just telling you what you want to hear. So you want to be around people who will tell you what you need to hear, or figure out what you need to do through your own trial and error, if that makes sense. Early to bed, early to rise makes a man rich, wealthy, and wise. That's what Ben Franklin said, and he had a lot of money, and he was pretty smart. But the smartest man that ever lived was Nikola Tesla, right? And Nikola Tesla only slept like 4 hours a day. So take it for what it's worth. The smartest man that ever lived didn't follow that. Now, in society's eyes, he may have been looked at as a failure because he was in poverty. And, long story short, read up on Nikola Tesla and his lifestyle. But yeah, you want to get your rest. If you're tired, you should go to sleep. Like right now, I should probably go to sleep because I've had like another 15, 16 hour day. But instead, I'm going to dedicate to the stream. Know that when I do go to sleep, I'm going to get some good rest. And because I train and work out, do a lot of calisthenics, and I eat good, my body's pretty adjusted to the schedule. Now, if I wanted to grow as much muscle as possible and just get super jacked and, just optimize everything, then yeah, I should probably get a little bit more sleep. But instead, I come into the stream, and that's a sacrifice that I make to talk to you guys. Thumbs up. Nikola Tesla. Nick, Nikola Tesla, this guy. I have his book over here. A couple of them. Yeah, Nikola Tesla. This guy right here. Nikola Tesla. You're welcome, friend. Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla. Very good name. Colorado Spring Notes. Those are all his notes from Colorado Springs. So those are all his notes for his research. Not a bad read. The thing that I learned most about Nikola Tesla by reading some of that is this. I am a freaking idiot compared to him. Compared to Nikola Tesla, I'm kind of a dummy. So, I learned that I'm really not that smart. I have a lot of energy. I'm actually more of a brute that learns through trial and error and physical activity. I'm a better athlete than I am a scholar, I'll tell you that. I wish I was a better scholar, but I'm a way better athlete than I am a scholar. Kabbalion. All right, there we go. What we got?
Put that there. Pop this down. Okie dokie, artichoke. Yeah, one of the things that I like to do is I like to play some music. So I tell people, if you don't have anything that you are really trying to do, or anything that really makes you happy, like gives you if you don't have anything that really gives you a sense of purpose in life, if you don't have anything that's going to give you a sense of purpose in life, your life's going to be pretty miserable. So you got to try to find something that gives you some sort of, you got to do something that gives you some sort of justification, reason to live, if you will. You got to find something that makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? Okie dokie. Pop this over here. Pop that there. All right, let's try to look into the chats over here. Okie dokie, pop this here. Oh, I'm just gonna noodle around, man. I don't really do song requests. I kind of just play what I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I kind of like to compose a little original music. I'm not a great piano player, I'm self-taught. I just like simple music. What's up, Tom? Good evening. Okay. Okay. I'm just making something up off the top of my head, man. Welcome to church. Woo! What's up, Tom? Yeah, not, just like to play on the little thing, man. I know most piano players are better at the piano than I am, but my journey on music was I just started playing one and made up my own music. I don't know, something like that. So that, I don't think I'm that good, man. I just try to be creative. I need to get some better speakers for this one. I'm looking in the chat for you guys to say something. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate you. Huh. Anyways, there we go. What you got? Damn, you're good. Sounds like music from the 17. Yeah. You think that sounds like music from the 1700s? Yeah, I like that era, man. See, I never know what notes I'm about to play, dude. I never know what notes I'm about to play, man. Anyways, do. Keep it up, bro. Keep looking for the beat. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Yogs. You're so awesome. Haha. You think I'm awesome? I appreciate that, man. I could definitely use some people that think I'm awesome in my life. Yeah, man. Ah. Whew. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, dude. I don't know. Whenever I'm feeling down or I have a rough day, the one thing that I know is if I do a bunch of push-ups and I do a bunch of pull-ups and I have a little bit of time to play some music, I typically feel better. Or we could do something more nice. in the hospital. B-boy, don't know that. I'm 13 with a severe broken leg. Can I have a shout out or a pin? B-ball Ben. Are you really in the hospital with a broken leg? Are you being serious? Yeah, for sure you can have a shout out. Yeah, I don't know that song by Usher. Yeah, I don't know that song by Usher, and typically because I'm like supposedly, I don't know, some people say I'm on the spectrum. I don't know if I am or not. I don't know how I can play piano. I just sit here and push buttons and make noises. It's kind of more like a puzzle to me. I wish I had the ability to listen to a song and play it, but that's not me, man. I don't have that ability. But I do have a chicken. So, I have a chicken. His name is Roast Malone. Oh, that's the wrong camera. There we go. I know one little piece of a real song. I think this is one I know. Something like that. Roast Malone. Yep, that's Roast. Nickelback. I couldn't make it as a poor man. I couldn't make it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing. This is how you remind me of what I really am. Of who I really am. I remember that song. But I think my brain has been hit in the head. Been hit in the head a few times with some concussions, so I don't think my recall is as good as it could be. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Bet you can't play Mary Hallow Lamb. I don't know. Can't even play that. No, maybe not. But I can play this. One somebody else wrote, but that I wrote. So, so I just like to make original tunes. So when I was in Afghanistan, I was exposed to a lot of like firearms and stuff, like loud noises. So maybe my ears aren't that good. But a lot of tunes, I can't even think about what they sound like in my head. You know, I'm just like, I really, like, I was thinking, what is even Mary like? What I do know is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. It's 115566544332221. I do know that one. So you could take Twinkle, Twinkle and be like, you could take. Hey, what's up, dude? Yeah, I mean, I just like to improv, man. I'm kind of spontaneous as my character, you know. Thank you, appreciate you. You're good at that. Well, appreciate that, Chili.
Actually, the other day I was looking at little music stuff, and I did find this. I did learn how to do. What is it? Or something like. I feel like this piano doesn't sound right. There's something wrong. I'm on the wrong setting. It just doesn't sound right. I can't really explain it. Let's see. It's not really a piano. This is actually a keyboard. I don't have any really nice piano equipment, to tell you the truth. Thought it was. See, I think it's. See, I like sounds like that. Which one? This one? Which one? Left shoulder? Oh, this is one I drew up years ago. It was just one that it's kind of got some symbolism, life and death, and an eyeball. It's got an eyeball right there. The all-seeing eye. It's got a candle reminding to be the light in the darkness, because I'm kind of like the way I see the world is very vindictive. I'm very vengeful. As a young boy, I was very violent. I served overseas I served the United States Navy for 10 years, and it's kind of used there for my body. They put a lot of physical stress on me. And so I got tattoos to try to help me when I go crazy and have my episodes to, like, just remind myself that, hey, there was one point in time where you weren't so nuts and you were kind of good at stuff. Yeah, man, I fought for my country for about 10 years, and then I came back home and I was disgusted at what I saw. So I have cognitive dissonance if serving my country was the right thing to do. I love my country, I love people. I say I do, but when I see how people act and I see how they live their lives, it's really hard for me to like people. It's really hard for me to love people. I think people are ignorant, they're rude, they mean, they care for themselves.
where I live, they're very ignorant. Most of them have never left the state, which I'm not trying to blame people. It's just after traveling, it's very hard for me to relate to a lot of people after traveling for 15 years and living in another country. I find myself slowly disconnecting from society and wanting to basically just, I would probably be happy living in the woods by myself away from everybody. Now, I say that not to be negative, but that's what my inner thoughts, that's what I think about in my head. So I'm constantly staying busy and finding things that keep me away from those thoughts. No, it's not about staying positive, man. It's just like I see how people act. And one thing about me is I'm not very religious, and I live in the Bible Belt. And I don't know if I can express my desire of how much I do not care about religion. I care so little about religion. Now, I'm not an atheist. I'm pretty sure there's something to this whole scenario that we're in. But if I have another person come up to me and try to convince me that their religion is the truth, I've had thousands of people and I'm just like, I think religions are kind of like cults. Like, what's the difference between the God of the Bible commanding, I forgot his name, was it Joshua, to kill 12,000 Canaanites? What's the difference between God doing that to the non-Jewish people versus the radical Muslims killing people for Muhammad? Like, it's all the same to me. And it drives me crazy. Nothing scares me more than a religious zealot who knows they're right, knows this is the path, and will do anything to protect that without thinking of any rationality. Nothing scares me in the world more than that. And I grew up in the church. I was supposed to be an ordained minister. I never found God in the church. You know where you find God? Self-discipline. When I quit drinking, I quit smoking, I quit doing drugs, I quit looking at pornography, I quit chasing women. I don't do any of those things anymore. And that was very hard to do, all those things. You find God when you commit to self-discipline. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. Hey, what's up? Hey, welcome in, guys. I was just going on a rant about how little religion matters to me in my life. You can talk to me while I'm playing. This was a tough day, man. I'm not gonna lie. This was one of my tougher days I've had in a while. This was a tough day for me. me feel better. Music always makes me better. No, it's just been a long day, and I haven't had but about 2 hours of sleep in the last, I've been only averaging about 3 hours of sleep a night. So I haven't been able to sleep. My brain is going crazy, and just been a lot of stuff going on. In case you guys don't know, I've had 9 deaths in the family in the last couple of years. Almost everybody in my immediate family. It's just, I'm just in that stage of life where I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't look at pornography, I do nothing to, usually when you're stressed, you go for a drink, you go to pray to God or something. I don't do any of that. I meditate, I focus on myself, but I don't take substances to alleviate. So I face the pain of life fully sober. And just some days, just the way life this year has affected the family, it's just been really hard, man. So what I do is I come on here and I spend hours of time giving back to people on stream, just because that makes me feel good, but that just wasn't doing it today. So what I decided to do was play some music. Anyways. Not always. I talk about self-discipline. And I think sobriety, I was never I don't think an alcoholic. I was more of a smoker. I used to smoke a lot of marijuana. And when I say a lot, I mean I used to, those vape pens? Not the cheap ones, but the ones like in California. I lived in California for 8 years. And those gram cartridges, I probably smoked close to about 400 or 500 of those. And long story short, I used to smoke so much that I would cough up blood, like hunks, globs of blood clots. And I would just cough it in the sink. And I'm pretty sure that wasn't really good for me. So the reason that I talk so much about you guys not doing alcohol and not doing drugs and not taking things to the extreme, because I went through a radical transformation where I lost 100. I was up to 300 pounds. I was big and fat. I've lost 100 pounds. I look pretty decent compared to a lot of people at gym. And pretty much as I get older, the only 2 things that I really care about in the world, I care about 3 things. I'd like to get monetized on YouTube, because I think I have a huge story that if I could just get people to pay attention to, I think I could really change a lot of people's lives. But I cannot stand religion. I cannot stand any form of a cult in that sense. Instead, I believe that you find inner peace from self-discipline, and by basically isolating yourself away from a lot of the distractions and trying to figure out what it is you want to learn. And I've also been a top sales rep. I sell insurance and stuff, but I can tell you, man, me selling insurance and making money, that just doesn't fulfill the void in my heart. I could go sell a bunch of policies, build a team, and be a millionaire within the next 5 years easily, if I really wanted to, 80 hours a week. That doesn't do it for me, no. So, a little bit less fun character tonight. By the way, you like that little thing I was playing? Let's see, here's one. There's one. Okay. Hey, what's up? You say, Chris, play me a nice song, something for me you're great at. You look fine. You're so good looking. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do try to take care of how I look. That's something I try to. I mean, I'm not really that good. I'm not a great, amazing piano player. I try really hard, but the one thing that I've always done in my life is train and try to stay in somewhat shape. Basically, just to be able to protect myself because I grew up around a lot of violence. I grew up in a area where people were really mean to me, and I'm a pretty good fighter. I'm a pretty good boxer. I'm a pretty good grappler, and I used to spend a lot of time fighting with people. But I cannot stand to fight because I hate that side of me, man. Anybody else like that in the chat? You know when you're capable of violence, but you just don't like to do it. I'd rather, like, because I was 6'4" and I was kind of larger before I lost weight. Everybody around me just wanted me to be a brute, like hit people, go do that, and I just wanted to play music, man. I can't stand violence, man. I was around violence most of my life. I saw people get shot. I saw my mom get the shit beat out of her most of my life. I was thrown around all the time, and it's just like, I don't know. I just don't like violence, you know. I'm surprised I didn't turn into a radical, raging like monster compared to like my family members, but whatever. Oh, thanks, man. Time Regrets. Hello, Time Regrets. Welcome from the quantum realm. If you can't see a common theme in my music, a lot of my music and theme is peace. Peace. Lots of crazy thoughts, lots of weird images, hard to sleep. So me, it's all about cutting the mind off. And you know, a lot of people are like, Chris, and I'm not trying to be arrogant. They're like, Chris, you've been a top producer here. You sell insurance, you play piano, you do stocks, you do all this crazy stuff. And it's like, yeah, it's kind of cool when you see that, but it's like, my mind just won't shut off. And I used to use marijuana to shut my mind off, but then I don't use that, right? I don't use any form of drug. It's really hard for my brain to just cut off. So, here we are. I just want to play something that's peaceful, relaxing, and maybe it can touch your soul. It's not going to be complicated music. It's just very simple music. Oh, hey, no. No, what's going on? Welcome to the chat. I was just poured my heart out with some honesty. I'd like to think that in some version of the world that maybe a stream where someone was just really raw and honest, maybe there's a potential for that to have some monetization. Because I see all these people doing all this stupid stuff. They're doing pretty much what I think is just a waste of time. And I've always had a calling to help people believe in themselves and overcome adversity. Simply because I kind of think I'm always, as much as I'm talking to you in the chat, I kind of feel like it is my internal monologue talking to myself, articulating through the YouTube to show real human feelings and emotion when I get out of my characters. You guys know I pretend to play all sorts of characters. I'm pretty sure half the people here think I'm schizophrenic, and maybe I am. I don't know. But I can tell you this. There's hundreds and hundreds of young men and young women I've talked to throughout the years, and a lot of them reach out to me sometimes and say thank you. And I never ask for anything from them. And that does give me a little bit of happy thoughts. I've actually got letters over there from over 600 kids who wrote to me when I was in Afghanistan. And that's one of my proudest possessions. I cannot state this enough. When I was in San Diego, I went through an incredible life change with a divorce, and I lost 2 houses and probably like 1.7 million. And since then, it made me recollect, because I'm not just some person who never had wealth. I'm someone who had a lot of wealth,
for 15 years, I didn't see my family but like 3 times in 15 years. And I dedicated everything to building a business just to get back home and understand that my parents were aging and everyone's getting older, and then we had all the deaths in the family, and it was really changed my perspective on life. Let me find some motivation to write it in that thing. Let's see, I need to find something to focus on. Here we go. Next, could I improv on a pentatonic scale? Oh, thanks, Isabella. A pentatonic, like this one?
scale is always good. Interestingly note, if you go from the 2 black keys to the 3 black keys, that is a pentatonic. So a pentatonic is 2, 3, 2, 2. So 2. So 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, with the starting on F sharp, the pentatonic is F sharp here. So if you go to F sharp, that's the pentatonic. Calm down, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, sounded like music. Haha. Calm down, Jesus Christ. What is this? It's because can come use. Yeah, exactly. So, but the pentatonic scale. Yeah, pentatonic scale is pretty. Yeah, it does kind of have a Japanese, but the pentatonic scale is F sharp to E flat. It's the black keys, 3 black keys, 2 black keys. So if you go 2, 2, 3, 2, that's a pentatonic. Or you can just think of the first 5 notes of a major scale and then remove the 4th. Thanks, man. Yeah, penta is 5, but you know, I think 3s and 2s make sense. So if I'm here and I don't know what this chord is, I can just go, oh, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2. So I can go here, and so that's a C sharp pentatonic. 2, 3, 2, 2. 2, 2, 3, 2. Which is interesting, you start a C sharp, it's all the black keys, but then you flap into F sharp. Yeah, but I don't know. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Oh my God, wake up. Wake up. Is it time to wake up? Don't know what that means. Joey Costello. Hello, Joey. Yeah, so yeah, you removed the 4th and 7th. Yeah. But I don't know all my major scales because like I was never taught piano. I guess I know the major scale is like 3 2 1 1 3 2 1. I look at it as numbers. So yeah, I mean if you take the major scale and you take away the 3rd and 7th, What's a good chord progression to play in the left hand if I'm going to play a pentatonic? What's a good chord progression to play with that? Thanks, Thomas. Appreciate you. You know, Chopin's favorite scale is this. Oh no, it's kind of playing random notes. Anyways. Oh wow, there's still 8 people in here. So I'm like 900 hours away from being monetized. Okay, let's see. Thomas has got me interested. I wonder why going from major to relative, like C major. I think I know the answer to that, because C major is like this. And A minor. I think it's because one is the Ionian mode and one is the Aeolian mode, right? Right, Thomas? Because if you go from... Because even when you go... If you go... Why, Joey? Why, Joey? JJB. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Because he knows he probably saw me yawning the other minute ago. I wonder why going to the relative minor sounds good. Is it because you drop? I don't know why it does. But if you go... If you go up 3, it's the relative major. So A minor... E minor? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know why it sounds good. Maybe because it's going from major to minor.
C major and A minor. You're going down 3. So if I'm here, and I go down 3, and I go down 4, 3, 4. It's got to be something with 3s and 4s. I know with the Lydian scale, you've sharped a 4, so if you just wanted to play the Lydian scale, you could be like. But I don't know how to apply it. But I know the sharp 4 is Lydian. I think you have different minor scales where you flatten the 7th. You flatten the 7th, and that always sounds good. So if you're playing like. I think there's 3 minor scales. One, you flatten the 7th. One, you flatten the 7th and 3rd. And then one, you flatten the 7th. No, I think you used the normal minor. What is it? You flatten the 7th, you flatten the 6th, and I think you flatten the 3rd. Something like that. C natural minor. Thomas, you're teaching me music theory here. I'm trying to understand this stuff. There's also C harmonic and C melodic. Are you Googling it or are you actually speaking it? Yeah. I don't know which one is harmonic and I don't know which one is melodic. I don't know which one is which. Well, then you're a real piano player. I'm someone that is trying to teach myself and using different things, but I can tell you it's very tough. So let's talk then, okay? You got some value out of this? That's kind of fun. I do like pop chord progressions, like I like this one. Maybe you'll appreciate this since you've been playing, Thomas. No, I cannot. So C harmonic is C, D, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6 in B. Oh, thanks, Project Z10. C harmonic minor is C, D, E flat. F, G, A, flat B. Oh, so it's a flat 7. So you have flat 7, then flat 7 and flat 3, and then the next one you flat is a 6th. I'm thinking it. Is that what you do? Yeah, I don't even know the song Runway by Kanye. No flat A. Flat B. Okay, that makes sense because it's a flat 7. I know if you flatten the 7th, then you flatten the 3rd, then you kind of flatten the 6th, because it seems like that's like there's something with the circle of fifths, if I kind of think of it right now. So, okay. So if I just flatten the 7th, the C harmonic. Good night, Tanya. Tania Watts. Get some rest, Kay. I do need to get some rest, but I'll get some rest soon. As much calisthenics as I do, it's probably why I've been so relentless lately. I've been doing so much calisthenics, but I'm gonna get a good dinner and go back. Now this is Music Project Z10. Thank you. Yeah, only Jerome. I don't even know the song Kanye West Runway. I know that sounds crazy to you guys, but I don't know any Kanye West songs off the top of my head. I'm sure if I hear them, I would know them. But I've kind of been living monk mode for a little bit, where I just kind of do what I want to do, and I don't really expose myself to a lot of stuff. I think it's not good for you. It's kind of preserving my body. I don't know, man. I just kind of like to make sounds that sound like peaceful music. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay. C natural minor. C natural minor equals flat B. C harmonic. So harmonic, okay. So harmonic is just so you have a harmonic minor would just be is that including a flat 3 the whole time? Thomas, is that including a flat 3? So if I'm going, because just a flat 3 is a scale, right? 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then back to there. So if I flatten the 7th, then the flatten the 7th would be natural, and the harmonic would be something like that. C natural minor equals flat B. C harmonic equals natural B. What is it? I thought you flattened the 6. I thought when you flattened the 6, maybe I'm thinking of something else. Because isn't there 3 minor scales? Natural, harmonic. Oh, there's melodic. So then when you flatten the 6, is that the melodic? So flattening the 6 is the melodic then? If I remember, right? But is the 3 flattened? The harmonic is flat 3. funny. I was getting frustrated earlier because I just couldn't figure out the computer stuff. It was making me. Okay. But Thomas. Isn't the 3's not flattened the whole time? So just 3 BB no money. Oh, cool project. That's what's up. So we just have a flat B, which is natural minor. C harmonic, which is natural. But the 3's flattened in each one of those, right? Because if it was a major, because just a natural B would be a major scale. So even in the natural minor, you have a flat 3 because you always have a flat 3 in the minor, right? Yeah, you can hear the difference. So C, D, I feel like it sounds better to take the natural minor with the flat 3 up the scale. I don't really know my fingerings really well. No, I just want to do something fun. My brain hurts today. Anyways. Now I feel better. All right, Thomas. In C natural, the 3rd, 6th, and 7th. In C natural minor, the 3rd, 6th, and 7th notes are flat. It's C natural, so C natural is. So if you play Twinkle Twinkle, would it sound very scary if you did 1, 2, 3 in natural minor? My mental journey has been great. Very good. Okay, Thomas. Shout out to Thomas, man. He's giving me some good music theory tips. In C natural minor, the 3rd, 6th, and 7th, so that's natural. The harmonic is a flat, okay, you're basically a natural 7. Right. And then the melodic is just the win for Thomas. And then there's the melodic minor too. I know you said that earlier, the melodic. Let me see. But there's a melodic minor too. There's also C harmonic and C melodic. Yeah. Yeah, Thomas is probably like, this bozo's probably, he's got such a thick skull. Look, I know I have a thick skull. Just so you guys know, I've also had about, I don't know. Oh, so the melodic is just a 3. So you basically goes melodic first with just a flat 3. Then you have the 3, 6, and 7, which is natural. And then the harmonic is just 3 and 6. You know what I need to do? I need to write that crap down. And I need to practice that. Because I think minor scales are so much prettier than major scales as a whole. So you have melodic, harmonic, and natural. All right. I'm going to write this down real quick on my little board over here. You'll probably laugh at my little board, but I'm probably going to write this down because I'm not above learning. I tell people all the time, I try to learn every day. Melodic, flat 3. So you're going to flat the 3. Harmonic is 3rd and 6th. Flat 3 and 6. And then natural is flat 3, 6, and 7. All right, I wrote it down. I wrote it down. That is cool. That makes a lot of sense. A flat 3, so melodic, harmonic, natural. Flat 3 and 6, and then flat 3 and 7. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. I can see that. Now I need to practice it. Thomas said, I should say melodic is weird going up the scale. It's only the 3rd being flat. Going down, it's just a regular C natural minor. Okay. I knew somewhere I had read, so you want to take the melodic going up and the natural going down, is what you're saying? So try to go ascending melodic up and then natural would go down. So then with the harmonic, so where does the harmonic fit? Somewhere just in between? Also, for you guys who don't think I train, you can check that back out. I do believe my back looks pretty darn good for someone who just, does push-ups and pull-ups. But I don't really do any, I haven't really been doing a bunch of push-ups. I bet if I start doing a bunch of push-ups and dips again, my chest would probably get bigger. But I do a lot of pull-ups, guys. I like pull-ups. Strong back. Alrighty. Wow, what a crazy, crazy music theory time. Who thought I would learn music theory tonight? It's only almost midnight. Very good. All right, well, on that note, maybe the universe is saying, Thomas, are you still there before I go? I am going to go here soon, but I'm wondering if you're still in the chat, because I have a question for you. So you've been playing piano for a while. I'm assuming that you probably know what you're doing. Do you think I should continue to play? Because I really do enjoy it. And you're not going to hurt my feelings if you say, damn, you suck. But I do enjoy the original music. For some reason, there's something about just making those little melodies. I should continue? Nice. Yeah, some people say there's some potential there on the old keys. I wish I had better ears, man. I've had some hearing damage. Everything that I play is not really, I mean, I can hear certain things, dude, but I can tell you firsthand, my ears do not do good. My ears do not work as well as a lot of musicians. I think I've got some hearing damage from back over in these days right here when I was serving over there. But you know, just for what it's worth. Well, anything you have a question for me? You gave me so much information. I am about to quit the stream. Like, you know, come back into the stream, and then, you know, if you're going to talk about music theory with me sometimes, maybe one of these days I'll make you a moderator. You want to become a moderator? You want to be a moderator on the channel? You open to that? You ever been a moderator? I don't know. I feel with the value that you gave me, I feel like I owe you something. You want to be a moderator on my channel when I go live? You want to... cool. Let's make you a moderator. Add as moderator. Standard. Cool. Now you have some authority on the channel. Yeah, I'm always open to musicians. And also, as you can see, I am getting leaner. So if you guys are curious about... I'll give you this, man. You're curious about nutrition. Maybe you're in shape, I don't know. But if you learn how to get leaner, nutrition's kind of my thing. I'll give you some free tips on that, like the really good stuff, the stuff that like you typically pay a trainer to teach you. If that's something that you like too, I can definitely give you some of that information. You know, just for kind of having some patience with me because I like it. Okay, cool. Well, now's your chance to ask me some stuff. Okay. Oh, no, that was Project Z10, not Thomas. I'm not really that buff. What you see here, like this, I mean, I'm not small, I know, but I'm 220 pounds at 6'4". I've actually lost about 100 pounds. I'm telling you, the reason I look better is because I got leaner. And anybody who is in the chat, if you're curious about my training philosophy, I believe that calisthenics create a better physique than just lifting weights. However, I still do sprints, one-legged sprints. I'm going to teach you something. Get on one leg, go up to a hill or area and go. I can't jump in here because if I jump on here, I'll bust through this damn floor and all my stuff will fall off the shelf. But you get on one leg and you do jumps. You try to jump like 10 to 20 steps on one leg. One-legged jumps are superior for athletes for a lot of reasons. When you push off one leg, you're generating up to 6 to 8 times your body weight in force. One-legged hops will create explosiveness. Pull-ups, hang from a pull-up bar and get to where you can do pull-ups. And it's not just doing pull-ups, but it's also understanding how to do your scapula and how to move and hold positions. Yeah. Also, shout out to Thomas. I made Thomas a moderator. Just shout out to Thomas, man. Just giving him some props. My brain's about fried for music theory. But what Thomas taught me today, just so you can see, Thomas taught me that when it comes to the minor scale, you have a melodic going up a flat 3, a harmonic, a flat 3 and 6, and going down the scale, a natural minor, flat 3, 6, and 7. So, shout out to him. Do I know any classical music? I like Johann Sebastian Bach. I don't know any off the top of my head as far as like crazy good, but I played with this the other day, and this is just me going from C to F, and I just like this sound.
I know a little piece of Mozart, I think. Or or I don't know, maybe something like that. Winter. See, it takes me a long time to learn, man. A lot of people think that I just learn things quick. One of my favorites would be Winter. Oh, by Vivaldi, like Summer and Winter. Vivaldi, yeah. Vivaldi's really good, man. I like Vivaldi, Bach, Chopin. I don't know why that music just... I can't explain it, but when I listen... Thomas, maybe you're like this. Should check out Liz, not the common things, but instead some unknown stuff like Hungarian Rhapsody number 16 and Fountains. Okay, I'm going to screenshot that. I'm going to listen to that. You said, dude, do something about my hairline? What's wrong with my hairline, dude? Bro, let me tell you something. First off, I cut my own hair. And if you're going to come into the chat and just be like, you know, like, that's the best that you can come up with as we're talking to music is do something here. Is my hairline really that bad for almost 40? Either way, if I go bald, that's fine. But you know what? I'll do something about my hairline, but maybe you see that back from all them pull-ups? I'll be all right if I go bald. I don't think my hairline looks that bad, does it? I'm a fan of the hairline. Damn, I guess I'm going bald. Whatever, could be worse. Jim Boy, my hairline's been like this for like a long time. And if I'm going bald, I'm almost 40. Whatever, it is what it is. I think I look pretty good for almost 40. Come put a picture of yourself up, man. Anyways, check out Liz, the common things, unknown stuff like Hungarian Rhapsody number 16. I'm going to listen to that because I've heard of Liz, but I don't know him too much. Yeah, and I don't care. If my hairline's like whatever, I just don't care, man. Yeah, I'm sure you do, man. Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Let's see. All right. Anyways, I think that's enough streaming for tonight. Cool. Guys, it's going to be ready to midnight. Get ready to talk to you guys later. Stay good. Stay strong. Oh, nah, man. I'm about ready to go listen to some music. Anyways, guys, stay good. We will see you next time. You throw me off, brother, I have literally zero concern of who you are or anything about you. I'm running on fumes right now. So it's almost midnight here. I've had like a 20-hour day. So we'll see you next time. Peace. No, you have no bearing on my life, brother.